G'day friends and fans, welcome to Dave Talks Off Ukraine War Update for the 6th of December. Right off the bat and mixing up words. Those who know me may have actually figured out by now that I am not firing on all cylinders all the time. Too bad, so sad. Moving on. Yes, I make mistakes. Ooh, I'm no Tucker Carlson. Everybody look, he's not Tucker Carlson. Wow. The low IQ left. Now, folks, there was a drone attack 24 hours ago in Russia. Ukraine admitted that they attacked a civilian high-rise in Russia. Now, apparently this is near the home of one of the Chechen leaders, probably the head of the Chechen forces in Russia. Chechen special forces are known to be in Ukraine. All the heck they inflicted on Russia has been inflicted on Ukraine right now. And so Zelensky decides that he will attack a civilian target because the West will hear no evil, see no evil. They even brag about it in Kiev Coast that we hit high-rise, comrades. We did it. Record high. Records. We attacked them in their homes. They will have no peace, I tell you. Because I'm Zelensky. I'm the king. I demand Poland come and kiss my feet. Why is the newly elected leader of Poland not yet come kiss my feet? Come, wash my feet. I'm the Zelensky. However, after the attack on the suspected Ukrainian drone attack, Ukraine... It's suspected drone attack, says Europe. It's only suspected. It might not have happened. The Russians, those sneaky Russians. Yet the Ukrainians are reporting it. Admitting it. But it's so underreported that only Radio Free Europe appears to hit Ukraine, appears to hit Russia's Grozny. Oh no! Everybody's going to call me a Putin bot. Oh no! Man. See, this is the problem with the world. The further you get away from the truth, the more they hate you. But you've seen how it rebounds. That millions, every time the left slams their way into power, millions turn against them. But unfortunately, millions are also goldfish. But that is beside the point. This has backfired spectacularly. Now, as you can see, the mainstream media, other than Reuters, it's not the Western, see, this is the thing that people don't understand. The Western media is broken into two parts. There is the news providers like Reuters, AP, Fox News. Then there's the news readers. They are the Kiev Post, the Moscow Times, which is not owned by Russia. Allegedly, it's owned by a Ukrainian, although some say he's Polish. There is many reports, but it's also changed hands many times. Radio Free Europe, British intelligence. Reuters, British intelligence. But here's the thing. Where's the Fox News? Where's Newsmax? Where's any media? CNN, ABC? Because they're not real media. They are news readers. They chase the headlines. They do not report the news. They report the cherry-picked, often biased, often cherry-picked because if they leave stuff out, it amplifies our side, which is why they pay Mr. Maddow $25 million a year to do far less work than I do. See, when you, however, check the Turkish news, the only other people, so you have British intelligence, Ukrainian intelligence, and the Turkish news. Greek. Yeah, only a handful. And of course, Radio Free Europe is CIA. I'm sorry, British intelligence, for mixing you up with the CIA. You're in the same bed, okay? And then you hear from the background, we are not. and then the British guy goes, stop pretending, why don't you love me? All right. So, here you go. There's also Now, there was a claim yesterday that Russian forces captured another town. Well, here is the viewpoint from Ukraine, which came out from Turkey, that came out a few hours ago, oddly enough written by a Ukrainian in Turkey. Alright, Russia claimed its forces have captured another Ukrainian settlement. The Russian Ministry of Defense said in a statement that the settlement of Brezhne in the Donetsk region came under Russian control. In total, 7 settlements went under Russian control in 3 Ukrainian regions over the last week. 3, I tell you. But the Zelensky says, no, those are Russian claims. We are still in Pokrovsk. The fighting continues. We have killed many Russians. Or did I say Russians? I meant orcs. Sorry, comrades. Yes, we have killed many of the aggressor. You like that one better? Okay, I use aggressor. The aggressor! We have killed many of aggressor. They are meeting violent resistance, because I am the Zelensky. You'll go die for me, yeah? Anyway, verification. Basically independent verification of claims by both sides are being challenged during the ongoing. So, military observers, primarily published through the Institute of War, have. Now, I don't have an account with them. I can. When their map, I think tomorrow or Monday, would be Monday your time, I think, America. Sometime around Monday my time or Monday your time, they'll put out another weekly report, and we'll see who's lying and who's not, because they use satellite surveillance, and they do more than just rely on pictures of Russian flags. They actually look at troop movements and, digging in, etc. So we'll see. We'll see, shall we? But Western Ukraine? No drone shall fall on Western Ukraine. Oops! No drone shall fall on Western Ukraine. Tomorrow! So I'm the Zelensky. If I say jump, you jump until I say stop. And then I'll ask you, why did you stop? And if you blame me, I'll have you shot! Now, two explosions were actually reported, but for some reason, the one 6 hours ago and then one 4 hours ago. So there were two separate strikes. There was a drone strike and then there was a missile strike. I think the drone strike was actually, the warm-up, which I told you, Russian tactic. We send in the drones, lots of drones. Missiles and bullets and aircraft go flying through the sky. We watch everything. Then using Russian brain, we figure out missile pattern to get missiles onto target. By the way, yesterday, Vladimir Putin in India did say AI will change the future of warfare. So, don't come at me, Mr. Putin lovers, because it is his insinuation that he's using AI, not mine. I am just making the joke. You can't comprendez-vous, s'il vous plaît? Aye. You know they cannot take a joke in Ukraine. Why? The left can't meme because they are the meme. Not only was there explosions in Dnipro, there were also explosions. This is what you get for using ad blockers. Explosions in Kiev been overwritten by ads from China. Brilliant. Well, somebody's going to pay the bills for Ukraine's war. And one of the things I commonly say on other podcasts is that slimy Timu Obama. And every time I say Timu Obama, for the next week, all I get is Timu. I go to my hentai. It's nothing with Timu ads. I go to Western porn to be loyal Western customer. Timu ads. You can't catch a break no matter where you go. It's Timu. You're going to one of these days. It's going to be you're going to open up your porn mag and it's got Timu written on the naughty bits. There's a little Timu sign, you know, and it's just Timu everywhere. It is crazy. China's so desperate for money, they're advertising on Ukraine sites now. So there we go. We got a allegedly air-launched cruise missile. Now, why is it over here? I think actually this was the target. So the Russians have known often to mysteriously target these isolated areas of Ukraine. Now and again they put missile icons on them to say, haha, we know. But usually, no, they do not report them. Odessa, Kryvyi, everybody's favorite target, Dnipro. Of course, only civilians get killed. Because this is the docks. Why are civilians at the docks and late at night? Yeah, only civilians. Only women and children in the docks late at night on these barges late at night. Women and children. Take my word for it because I'm the Zelensky. I do not lie. I'm Ukrainian. Aren't you ethnic Russian? I said I was Ukrainian. I identify as a Ukrainian man. Someone get me another testosterone shot. I want to sound more like the Zelensky. Oh no! Zelensky missed. Oh no! Disputed. We did attack Crimea. The Russians, those sneaky Russians, came in and took our markers off our map. So they allege that port in Temric is still burning after overnight strikes. If it was, they'd have pictures day in, day out. Russian bombers air-launched after carrying out a series of combat maneuvers, aka climbing to a higher altitude. But that's a rather boring story. But the real story is, why has the strike on Chechnya disappeared from the map? And when you really look at the size of Chechnya, you go, how did they win, and then how did they lose? Because if you're really small, you're either very good at winning wars, because you have to be, right? Small countries have to be good at winning wars, otherwise they'd be someone's bitch. But yes, they ended up being someone's bitch, but you would normally have to be very good at winning wars to be a small country. Otherwise you are someone's bitch. Just ask Serbia or Hungary. But Hungary, these days, they don't want to be bitch of Europe. They suddenly realize that being Europe's bitch, bad move. They like to be paid. Shoes and makeup. You want me not... I have to look good. The shoes and the makeup. I'm Zelensky. I need the lifts. Alright, so normally, right, if Ukraine hit a target marker stays up, especially when they beat the chest and say, look-see, we hit the Russians. We hit them, I tell you. Same with Chernobyl. It was Russia, we tell you. Russia. But Ukraine is the one saying, Russia. And the EIU just quietly took the drone away and said, it's been fixed. If it was Russian drone, the International Atomic Agency would be standing in Brussels right now alongside Ursula von der Leyen saying, look at the Russian drone, everybody. They're a big threat. Now can we go to the war, yeah? Can we war now? So this is how you know it was Ukrainian drone. Because the International Atomic Energy Agency, the puppets of Western intelligence, would say, here, Russian drone, look-see. The UN would say, look, it is a Russian drone. Everybody would have a picture of Russian drone, front page news. Russian attacks Chernobyl would be CNN right now if it was Russian drone. That's how you know it was Ukrainian drone. Then all of a sudden, the Antifa finds out they're anti-war. Who knew? Who knew that they just suddenly, on the day they are told they have to go to war, they suddenly become anti-war? Oh, I bet you'll still find that their bios still have these sloppy Ukraine forever. Look at the moon. Cowards! Why don't you want to die for Zelensky? It'll make man out of you. Dead man, but a man nonetheless. You get to prostitute. You get to do drugs. Here, have experimental combat drug. It'll make you love Zelensky. Here, I take two. See? Snort. Ah, yes. Nothing like Colombian marching powder to get you up in the morning. What do you mean it's 3 p.m.? Shut up. Have that man shot. Alright. Around 3,000 people have taken the streets of Berlin. Wow. That is big number. 3,000. Oh, the Berlin government is in panic. 3,000 radicals have taken to the streets of Berlin to protest against the German military bill after it suddenly discovered that the only way to get Germans to fight is to tell them they have to fight or we'll shoot them. Go get shot or we will shoot you. Take your pick. Oh, ta-da! We blame the orange man. Can we all agree orange man is to blame? Can we please blame the orange man and not Europe? Please. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Al Jazeera. You're a good man. You blame the orange man. I'm sure the protesters would be very happy if they could lead. So I'm sure, no, yes, very professional. Well done, professional. Yes, I'm sure those talented young people all got together and made that sign, and they did not get a truck show up in the middle of the night from the Soros Foundation and say, "Oi, game on, here's some money, here's a sign, go out there, Mr. Antifa, and earn your keep, or no donation tomorrow." So, hey, John, Mr. Soros, but what about Israel? No. The Soros Foundation officially hates Israel until we need a Tree of Life or some big tax donation, or we're in trouble. Then we'll love Israel again. Don't worry, Israel knows game. We love Israel, we hate Israel. Back and forth. It is game we play, yeah. Oh, they shut down a poor penicillin conference for being unlawful. Ha! But not... a Tess! She felt it was unfair for her generation to go to war for a country that does little for us. There's no investment in our pensions, not the future, not the climate! Oh, the mustache man would be so proud. Because, remember... He said, think of the forest. We have to preserve the forest from those filthy bones. He would be so happy. Because remember, folks, when the mustache man came into power, the Antifa became the Profa and joined the SS. After all, people who put the jackboots on the people don't go to war. You can't send the people who keep you in power to war. No. You stay here and put boots on civilians' neck. You do the landing up. So, German's armed forces is going for a target of 260,000 active soldiers from a current size of 183,000 and an additional 200,000 reservists. Oh, the mustache man will be so disappointed. He started with 2 million. So, I guess he had a silver spoon in his mouth. He started with... No. Actually, he started with 200,000 and swelled those numbers to 2 million. Not by conscription. No. That is Russian propaganda. And, of course, to boost recruitment, to attract voluntary service... a needs-based system. You need a job? Ha! No more. In the army you'll go. Ha! Of course, the left overwhelmingly voted to send Germans to war against the Putin. It worked so well last time, yeah? Satan was so proud of us last time. We have to do it again. So, on goes the argument, round and round it goes, where it stops, nobody knows. The argument over France and Russian assets will definitely impact Europe's role in reserve currency. I thought it was the US dollar. Oh, that's right. When the Russians de-dollarized, they took their assets and put them in Europe, and now they're saying, hey, what a mistake to make. We're losing 1.5% per annum. And we can't cash out. Sounds like pyramid scheme. From Kazakhstan. Or Bangladesh, you know. You should have kept your money in America. At least the American... maybe. At least Trump won't steal your money. Allegedly. Because, after all, nobody knows that more than outsiders, that the American system is not one system. It seems rather odd that Americans always howl at the president thinking that he is an absolute monarch that has all the power. Who do you think Trump is? Zelensky? Putin? No! Trump only has 1/3 of the power. Congress has the other third, and the judiciary has the other third. And most of politics is bark, and then glug, 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 glug. Behind the scenes. Just look up McCain and Hillary, drinking buddies. If you think I'm lying, prove it. There's now 20% of foreign reserves are only in central banks. European. I'm talking about European. So Russia's not losing that much. But, of course, there is still a large amount of foreign reserves held by other central banks. The euro is second to the US dollar, and the US dollar accounts for 60% of global reserves. However, the EU's decided to be a bitch about the Ukraine war instead of going, "C'est la vie, not a my war, buddy. You F around, you'll find out." But the Ukraine military, no, we are Captain Sky Shield. Well, Captain Sky Shield, major disaster is coming for you. According to the Chechen leader, the attack on the high-rise buildings makes no sense from a technical point of view. Of course it does. It makes you angry. Zelensky says, "Ha-ha, angry people are stupid. Just ask my wife." When she stopped being angry. Ha! All right. Over the following week, military sites in Ukraine will be stricken in retaliation for the drone strike in a high-rise in Grozny, according to Razman Rodivosh. And further investigation on both Telegram and other sites. This has been confirmed to be a building in the Grozny city. This is not just a building in the Grozny city compound. No, this is one built by Putin for the Chechen leadership, and it contains the leadership family. They are not prisoners of the Putin to guarantee Chechen loyalty. Or how President Putin. He is our lovely benefactor. To the victor goes the spoils. Zelensky is happy. Why? Poland is sucking up to him. The new incoming Polish president, Kalanovic, is waiting for a visit from Kiev, according to top diplomat in Warsaw. But somehow Zelensky's going, no. You got to come to me first. Wash my feet. Kiss on my ring. No, not the ring on my finger. Kiss at the ring. You have to show us gratitude, says Warsaw. Zelensky says, no, you have to show me gratitude. I'm defending you from the Putin. The Putin here is a sneaky. He's everywhere like Black Puma. See, look, every time you look, there's a Putin. Is the Putin in the room with you right now? You better check. The Putin is under the bed. All right. Western-backed anti-graft agencies have found another extortion, blackmail, criminal ring in Ukraine. In other words, it's a day ending in Y. How many Ukrainians must go to prison before Europe says, you know what, I think this is the most corrupt country in Europe. We better stop funding them. Otherwise people will think we're the most corrupt. No, too late. We know you're the most corrupt, Ursula von der Leyen. You are Ursula always lying. But of course, while reeling from the fallout of not the $100 million graft scheme, no. They're reeling from the discovery that that criminal group was caught. And another criminal group extorting money from Ukrainian businessmen. And then when asked, yet she insists that there is nothing to hide. This is the speaker, personally appointed by the Zelensky. And her face may look familiar. That's because she used to be an actress under Zelensky. Don't worry. She is safe. He's happily married to his piano. He plays it all the time with his favorite finger. The middle one. Alright, one of these days, pow! Right in the kisser, Europe is going to wake up and go, what do you mean Ukraine is corrupt? No, really? Oh, we better do something about it. We better stop sending the money. After all, giving Ukraine is like giving 100 million. It's like giving $100 note to Wino and telling him it's okay to go buy food for a week. Okay? Do not be surprised when you see him on the corner tomorrow. And speaking of things that stand on street corners, Ursula von der Leyen is still plotting to steal Russian assets. Oh, no. Really? I am shocked. How many times must someone say no to her before they say, no, lady, don't get in the car. I didn't stop for you. Please, change light. Quickly, change light. This old lady, she keeps trying to get in my car. Oh, my God. The latest proposal is back up to 245 billion US dollars. Money that matters. So now they're going for almost all of it. Every day, new number. Round and round it goes until they say, all right, please, Brussels, just tell us how much you want to keep for yourself and we'll have deal. Yeah? Because Zelensky needs at least 127 million. Billion. Whoops. Almost let cat out of the bag, says Ursula. We'll give him 127 million. Say it's billion. It's Zelensky. He would know the difference. And to him, it's just money. He ran away. We never hear from him again. Because as soon as he's out of our protection, see Putin goes splat. And then we can blame Putin for the rest of life. But Belgian Prime Minister is saying, no, you'll damage our reputation. India will pull out. We still got all that Chinese money and Indian money. Much bigger. If we have them fire sale, our stock market crash. And Ursula say, what do you care? You survived pedo scandal. You can survive anything. Aye. Nobody will let that one go as long as Trump's around, but then silence once the Trump is gone. Yes, you'll see. They'll suddenly forget Epstein ever existed as soon as there's no orange man, unless it's Vance in office, and then we'll double down. Alright, Russia expects the United States to share the results of its negotiations with Umarov. Ha! Good luck getting information out of Witkoff. Or, according to CNN, Witkoff lifts office leaks like sieve. No, Russia's waiting for an analysis of the negotiations with Umarov to see where we'll go next. That is normal negotiation, CNN, and is not leaking. Oh, I forgot. Your job is not to report the news. It is to harass Trump. Sorry, CNN. You're doing good job at harassing Trump. So good a job that viewers who love you harassing Trump are tuning into ESPN because they harass Trump better. Or according to Angel Reese, they tune in to see her. Angel Reese. What do you mean she's got 2.4 million followers on Instagram? She says she has 3 million. She says she has more than Sydney Sweeney, who has 3 million. Allegedly. Wow. Can we just put the catfight on pay-per-view? Can we all agree that catfight, Angel Reese, and Sydney Sweeney would be very good for the ratings? Yeah. We will see how good Cindy Swede's jeans are, yeah, especially without her jeans on, yeah, very good. Can we get the nice butt shot as Angelise is tearing her hair? Yeah, that is good. That is the important things in life. Now, Witkoff is his sixth trip to Russia, we say. Ukraine says, no, that is misinformation. He went 8 times, we swear. Now, the special envoy is coming to an end. You know that, right? This whole business, if there's no deal within a certain time period, though Trump has publicly said there's no deadline, General Kellogg insists there's a deadline. And everybody trusts the general to tell the truth. Because it's not like the generals have stabbed Trump in the back in the past. No, they've never done that. So, I thought I heard thunderstorm. Alright, where was I? Was I mocking Putin or Zelensky? I forget. Either one. Mock. Put him in a room. That'll fix America's debt. Pay-per-view that, eh? Putin says, ha! You cannot tear out my hair. Nature beat you to it. Ha! Alright. The war is reaching such ridiculous stages that the only way forward, I think, is for now, is to mock them all. Mock. Because it is reaching ridiculous the amount of lying. This is not war, this is police action. Just ask Korea. I grew up watching MASH, so I know what police action looks like. I seen the MASH. I'm Zelensky. The MASH is good. Yeah, we just had MASH. America, just give me MASH. I win war for you. Just give me MASH. All the MASH. Just give me all the MASH. What do you mean they're old? I see it on TV every day. No, they're not old. What do you mean, Alan Alda, not Doctor? I see him on TV. He is Doctor. I'm Captain Skyshield. Give me vibranium. I defend Ukraine with vibranium. And before we go, there just appears to be no update. Though Russia has launched cruise missiles. You think they would have hit their targets by now. But maybe those were the targets an hour later. But wait a minute. I thought the missiles were only 6 minutes to Moscow. Why is it taking an hour? Why is it taking an hour to photograph a 1 mile high explosion that did no damage? No damage whatsoever, folks. Oh, cleaning record. Cleaning. You know. One of these days I might actually read the ads, but smoke in Moscow, let's see, no. Oh, missile strike. Definitely missile strike. Does that look like, see that mushroom cloud? Does that look like that mushroom cloud? Yeah, that looks like the edge of that mushroom cloud. Then it got hit by flying debris. But where's the 1 hour ago? Where's the update? See, folks, they're curating the news. I'm just going through it to filter it as best as I can, to bring you the best news I can, the best way, I think, with all the respect and reverence that they deserve. Mock! Because that is the absurdity of the situation we are in. Where Ukraine can openly attack a civilian home because it might be near, not is the civilian home of a Chechen leader, might be a home near the Chechen leader, might be someone in the Chechen government, we don't know, But that is precisely what they just did. Ukraine attacked civilians for the crime of being Russian. Big crime in Ukraine. You'll never forget. Big crime in Ukraine. Except if you're the Zelensky. That's right. I'm only quarter Russian. Just ask my comrade from Austria. So, they attack a civilian target. Western media doesn't report it. America does not condemn it. CNN, ABC. If this was drug boat from Colombia, they would be all over it saying, that's a civilian target! But those who are whining about civilian targets do not blink or even speak. And they will not listen, they will not hear, they will not see, and they will not speak of Ukrainian war crimes. But Russia, oh day and night, comrades, day and night, Russia. That's a weird updated photo. Love how these things update before our very eyes. This is a problem with digital media. You're going to one day regret not having print media, I tell you. Print media was gold. Gold, I tell you. It was the days of reporters who actually had to go out and listen to media statements, read off media statements, reprint media statements, but they actually had to have photograph. Most media, big story, no photo, no one reads. Headlines were great at so attracting readers, but if they didn't see the photo, they didn't believe it. If it wasn't on CBS, remember, America was brainwashed, okay? If it's not on CBS, it did not happen. So, did Ukraine hit Russia, Grozny? CBS says no. Okay, everybody, go home. Nothing to see here. And that is where we're at. War crime? What war crime? Justice is indeed blind and deaf and dumb. Because, remember, all these people telling you how to be a good Christian. Love thy enemy. They forget that. Turn the other cheek. They definitely do not. And, of course, the one true commandment of God. Thou shalt not kill the innocent. No! Do not sell your cloak and buy sword. Jesus never said that. Well, actually, he did. No, not the big Jesus. He's black, the black Jesus. He never touch a sword. Really? Was Jesus holding a sword in the Cathedral of Rome? That is not Jesus. That is the whitewashing. That is the Rome. No, Rome, false religion, everybody. See, this is the problem with you all. You're so busy arguing about the false religions that you're letting the false religions rule over you. But the Trump, at least he kick out the Somali, right? At least you get, maybe that is worth it all. Who knows? But Trump is certainly doing more than any other president since Reagan to fix the economy. Reagan failed, ultimately because of George Bush. But who knows? Maybe this time J.D. Vance will actually learn a thing or two and actually understand that when you inherit a successful economy, you pull a Clinton, put your feet on the desk, and have your nutsack licked. Thank you all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please support the channel. You can support me on Ko-Fi, Patreon, buy my books, buy my merch. All my links are in the link tree, description below, in my profile, or scan the QR code on the screen. Zelensky tells you, buy everything now, or Captain Skyshield will hunt you down and make you watch videos of Monica licking Bill Clinton's balls. and phallicking his cigar. Bye for now.